Well, a bit of snow in the FM metro, but a little more ice, especially at intersections around town. So you want to keep that in mind for your morning commute on your Friday. It's another First Alert weather day, and we have continuing team coverage for you. We're heading outside on our fast track for a look at what drivers are up against in the FM metro. The Valley Today's Jillian Trudeau live right now, showing us some real-time conditions. Good morning, Jillian.
Good morning, Ashlyn. That's right. I've been telling you guys about road conditions all morning, but this time I'm putting myself in the driver's shoes. We are driving along some residential areas right now where it is pretty icy. It's untreated. You have the snow on the side of the roads, the packed snow in the middle of the roads, and underneath that packed snow is going to be ice. So make sure that you are driving carefully with caution here, like I am showing right now. Perfect driving record. But you just make sure that you guys are taking your time and going slow, like I said, and make sure that you are braking way before these stop signs. When you are going through these residential areas, there's lots and lots of stop signs. So like I'm going to show you here, you guys, we've got some morning commuters coming our way, and we're just on Broadway right now where we're going to go down 12th Ave here, and just make sure that you're going slow. Like I said, this is exactly, I'm going 20 miles an hour, and it's still a little scary, and I'm a vetted Minnesotan. I know how to drive in these conditions, so make sure that you're being cautious. Always have your eyes on the road, you know, heat cranked. And even with us, we have this ice on our windshield wipers right now, and it's not helping us out. So when you're scraping off your windshield, make sure you get your windshield wipers too. So in Fargo, I'm Jillian Trudeau. Back to you, Ashlyn.
All right, thank you for your coverage all morning. Again, time to get into that winter weather driving routine. Be safe this morning, Jillian. Thank you so much. All right, time now for a look at our Storm Team forecast with in-house meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, we have icy roads, snowy roads out there, and we're adding to it too. So the roads get cleared, and then it's still snowing in spots, so it gets right back on because it's snowing or because of that wind and blowing snow. It's going to be our biggest issue on this First Alert weather day today across the valley overall. And then there are some places picking up additional snowfall. Some of it's not showing up on the radar, but closer to our radar site, you can see where it's picking up the snow from around Grand Forks back through Hillsboro. We've been seeing it in Fargo, though it's easing up for the time being right now. And more places experiencing this kind of situation where the snow is falling and reducing our visibility a little bit again here this morning. Visibility in Fargo, 4 miles, 3 in Gwinner. We're at 9 in Jamestown. Up in the Northern Valley, we're looking at some visibility reports coming in at 2.5 miles in Crookston. The good thing is Cooperstown was down to a 1/4 mile visibility just a few minutes ago, and that has really improved there. We're now at 3 miles. So it's going to be up and down here this morning with the falling snow still going, and then the wind is going to be the issue today because it's going to stick with us the longest. Here's our view right now in Fargo at Luther Family Ford. You can see our camera shaking and on the camera view here because there's still that wind. And if you look at the lights in the lot there, both the foreground and then a little bit farther in the background, you can see that snow streaking by. So there's still some falling snow, and there is, of course, that threat for that snow to accumulate once again on roads that even have been cleared off already. It's going to be a battle for those crews to keep those clear for a little while longer. So let's take a look at our temperatures and wind chills. We're right at 20, Fargo, Grand Forks, Thief River Falls, but when we factor in that wind, it feels closer to 0. So we don't want to get caught out in this unprepared. Make sure you're layering up here today. Bemidji's at 26, Fergus Falls 21. It is a little milder into Minnesota, but still below freezing. Devil's Lake is at 18 degrees. So if you have school today, and if you're starting off on time, you don't have a delay, well, we're looking at the weather being on that snowy side, that breezy side at 8 o'clock. Notice our temperatures from the morning wait at the bus stop to the afternoon. They don't change. We're going to be into some teens to some low 20s all day. And that wind, northwesterly, teens and 20s. Those are your steady speeds, but gusts will be into the 30s, even up to 40 this morning. Gradual improvement heading into tonight, but still some blowing snow. So travel is going to be tricky all day long. Now heading into the weekend, still cold, teens and 20s for highs. We'll have some temperatures in this weekend that start below 0. Not talking wind chills, air temperatures themselves. So we are getting all of that flavor of winter going on here the last couple of days. It's certainly hitting hard. And then Sunday night and Monday, that'll be our next chance for some light snow. No big events on the horizon after this one, so we can settle in. But it's going to be cold here following this event for several days. So be safe, everybody, on this Veterans Day. Make sure that you are paying attention to what's going on the roads and what those winds are looking like. And you can check all of that on the VNL weather app throughout the day.
You know what? You name it. We've been through it these past couple days, huh?
That's for sure. Not just a little minor round of winter. We've got hit with everything, essentially.
All right. Well, thank you for keeping us updated throughout it all. It's another day of weather-related school delays. As we know, we've been talking about it all morning. About 24 districts so far have checked in with us to let us know that classes will be starting late today. We're scrolling that list at the bottom of your screen this morning. You can also find that complete list at valleynewslive.com and on our VNL News app. While Fargo-Moorhead is dealing with about an inch of snow, folks out west have it a lot worse. This is downtown Bismarck, where they're well past the 1 foot mark. As of 6 last night, Bismarck had more than 15 inches of snow on the ground, and it was still coming down. Grocery stores even had to shut down early. Travel very difficult and continuing to be difficult this morning. As we now take a closer look at your real-time travel map. So we're kicking things off here with the Minnesota Department of Transportation. We've got MnDOT's website right here. Look at these colors, this pink and this blue. It might look pretty, but it is not if you are heading out onto the roadways. We're talking ice, snow-covered roadways from Fergus Falls through Detroit Lakes, all the way up to Baudette. You see the blue here and the pink on the outlying areas as well. So Highway 72, light compacted snow on the roadway. Luckily, we can just kind of click through and see what's really going on here in Bemidji. We've got US 2, light snow on that roadway as well, and we know that there's typically some compacted ice underneath that as well. So this is a look at Minnesota with what they're dealing with. We also had a report earlier of a semi jackknifed on a highway that was outside of our viewing area, but it still gives you a look at the bigger picture taking place. So now let's jump on over to North Dakota and take a look at statewide levels here as our map gets generated. Look at all of this red. This is not what you want to see on your Friday for your travel, which also means that there are closed highways as we go through our morning and as we progress looking ahead to the weekend. US 52 still closed, US 83 also still closed, and I-94 really closed. And we've been having issues with I-94 for days now. So that deep red line, that's telling us we're not going to be traveling through Mandan, Bismarck, Jamestown, even right here in West Fargo and Fargo. We've got a little purple etched roadway right here. That means scattered snow, scattered ice. We've got this yellow checkered mark here in West Fargo. Again, more scattered ice, scattered snow, blowing snow. We know that we are expecting at least a little more in terms of falling snow as well. So there's a lot to be mindful of, as well as checking with the wind. So there's a lot to deal with if you are heading out on the roadways this morning. So again, keeping you covered here. You can also check this through your VNL News app. All right, rough weather changing a lot of people's plans, but one Bismarck couple says Veterans Day holds a special meaning for them, so they're going through with their wedding day today. All of that snow means some members of the wedding party might not be able to make it, but the couple says that's just a bump in the road.
Whoever is there will be there, and we're going to get married. So
it's our day.
Yeah.
Aw, and you hear it there, true love prevails. They say the weather will just make it a little extra memorable. You know, a blizzard sounds like it'll make for a good wedding story. Okay, America honoring its military on this Veterans Day 2022 with services across the country, as we know, but there are also some local celebrations as well. There's a flag raising at the West Fargo VFW at 10:45 this morning, and the ceremony will be at a Fargo Air Museum. That's today at 11 a.m. Another event at the Moorhead American Legion taking place at 3:30. There are also a number of places serving up meals to veterans within the FM Metro and in towns all over the valley, but because of this weather, you're going to want to make sure that they are still open, call and check ahead and see if the event is still going on before venturing outdoors. All right, listen to this. A major discovery in the Bermuda Triangle. Divers from a documentary crew looking for the wreckage of a World War II aircraft off the coast of Florida instead found a 20-foot section of the Space Shuttle Challenger. It exploded and broke apart shortly after its launch in 1986. Now, this find marks the first time in 25 years that a piece of the Challenger has been located. The divers contacted NASA after spotting the large, clearly modern object, mostly covered in sand at the bottom of the ocean, bearing the shuttle's distinctive tiles. Wow. Okay, and there's a happy ending to a terrible little incident last week at a local dog grooming business. A dog named Dolly needed stitches to save her eye from popping out. But we're now hearing that the pup got those stitches removed. There she is. And the vets say she's making a full recovery without any permanent damage. Wow, all right. Thank you so much for sticking with us this morning on another First Alert Weather Day. We'll see you next time, everybody.